Molly rocks in my green tea.
Pussy boy, get out my way. I'll run up that champion.
3, 2, 1. She got me going psycho. She got me going down, down, down. Got me living on a tightrope.
Down south, hood baby, hood baby. Make all the girls go crazy, go crazy.
Go stupid.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Mukhtar.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Zafar Bezana Anwar.
Hi, my name is Nurul and Shahida binti Azmi.
Hi, my name is Nur Baika binti Jamaluddin and we are from Group 2 and we are going to present about heat conductor. Okay, right now I'm going to present about the objective for this experiment. This experiment are about heat conduction. So for the objective is to examine the temperature profile and determine the rate of heat transfer resulting from radiant heat conduction through the wall of cylinder. And another one to investigate the influence of thermal insulation upon the conduction of heat between adjacent metal.
Okay, this message is heater conduction study bench. Okay, for the main power, we turn on the main power. And we see the power is like the machine has already go to experiment. Okay, next we look the heater control and heater power. This heater control for the run while is 10 watt. The heater power we control for the 10 watt, and we want to see is the 10 watt. We see the heater power like this, the 10 watt. Okay, for the next run, for the run 2, run 3, same the run 1, adjust the heater control and see the heater power. Okay, the last one is the measure the cable in this machine has connect for the heater for the experiment 1. Okay.
Alright, after set the heater power until 10 watts, we need to set the time until 3 minutes to take the reading of the temperature indicator. So, we already set up the time. Alright, so after 3 minutes, we need to take the first reading of the temperature. So, the first reading is 36.7. Then we need to change it into the second temperature. Alright. So we need to wait until the temperature is constant. Then we take the reading. Alright. Then we need to proceed the temperature selector until the T9 according the table shown here.
Okay, after we take the result in experiment 1, so we need to run the experiment 2. Okay, so experiment 2 we need to change the heater. So the heater in experiment 1 we use this. So in experiment 2 we need to use this. Okay, so we need to change this. Okay. Okay, so in this heater we need to transfer this pin into this heater. Okay, then in this experiment, according to the manual, we need 3 conductor, which is no need conductor, cord, and paper. Okay. Okay, so the first run, there's no need conductor, so we just spin it. Okay, so we need to wait 3 minutes to take the result.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend, for it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end, no they don't fade away. So when I'm gone,
POS scarf. The scarf must be inside the lab coat, and for the long hair, tied neatly, so it will need damage any the equipment. And for the boys, wear a cap or make sure your hair are neat and waxed.
Conduction. For the daily life, I pick one for the daily life head conduction is water heater. Okay, for daily life okay. Electrical heater work by converting electrical energy into heat. Okay, the heat is then transferred to the process of various form of heat transfer. Okay. For the heat water heater, it has three parts. Okay, for the part 1 is convective, part 2 conductive, and part 3 is radiant. For part 1 is convective. Convective heat transfer occurs when heat is transferred due to the motion of the fluid. There are two primary forms of convection: free convection and forced convection. Free convection, of course, when the fluid naturally flow due the heat gradient. For example, hot air rise and cold air sink. So natural convection describes the tendency for hot air to move above cold air. Okay, for part 2 is conductive. Conductive means heat transfer is the most common method of heat transfer for solid. As heat is transferred to solid, the microscopic atom that form the solid begin to get hot and vibrate more rapidly. The energy from the vibration is transferred to neighboring atom, which begin to get hot as well. Conductive heating is typically used on solid since they have dense repetitive molecular structure. Okay, for part 3 is radiance. Okay, for the radiance heat transfer is the transfer of using electromagnetic pulse object at a temperature above absolute zero emit damage energy due to the random movement of the particle. The thermal energy is emitted in the form of electromagnetic wave, which propagates from the object. The energy is never can the heat surrounding object, fluid and gas. Common example of radiant heat include the heat we feel from the sun and the heat used to cook object in traditional oven. Okay.
Alright, so today I want to talk about iron. This iron. Alright, iron is one of the heat conductor that we use in our daily life. Alright, so related to our topic of the experiment, heat conductor, iron is one of the instrument that use heat conductor in its application. It change from the electrical energy to the heat energy. Other than that, most of the heat conductor cannot use without the heat insulator. Like this iron, right, we can see this is the heat insulator of the iron. So we can touch the iron, we can use the iron without feeling any hot, without touch any hot surface. This iron contains a heater which can convert from cool surface to the hot surface. So if we want to use this iron, we feel hot here because the heater already heat this surface.